The piece called Your Memory Will Increase in Value Through Time is a piece that I created about a year ago, more than a year ago. It was made during my stay at the art colony Vlasina in southern Serbia, which I was invited to partake in through a friend from university, where we spent a week sort of collaborating and sharing ideas and just researching the sort of that rural area and honing in on a lot of different, I guess, visual experiences of the mountains and the lake itself and everything that was sort of surrounding us in nature. It was a really unique experience. It was the first time I had been to an art colony, so I met some great artists there, and I met some people who to this day I retain as friends and who helped me a lot through my own creative processes. And the collaboration is definitely ongoing, and it's an enriching experience for sure. So I ended up making 3 different paintings for this particular colony, and 2 of them I left with the Cultural Center of Leskovac. The third one, however, is the one that you're seeing right now, and it's a piece that was centered around photographs and imagery and text that all has to do with my grandmother. So there's a photo transfer aspect to it, and then the other medium that's utilized is drawing. And when I say drawing, I do also, that implies the text as well. In a lot of my pieces, I tend to use textual quotations because in a sense that is drawing through ideas, that's drawing through imagery, verbal imagery or syntactic imagery, but the syntax itself also has a very powerful visual element to it, which is something that I discovered through my printmaking degree, because I hadn't thought of using text up until then as an actual component to artwork with its own agency, sort of with its own life, without that being necessarily something that complements something else. Letting typography or letting handwriting and letting the lines and the dots and all of the things that come with text actually speak for itself visually. Of course, there's an actual figurative drawing involved in this painting as well, which is of my grandmother again. And I tend to explore the histories of my own family in all of my artwork. I either explore the emotional elements of growing up in a modern era that relies on digital aids to sort of like experience a lot of things. My point is never to take a photograph and just sort of like plaster it onto a canvas and directly present it to my audience. My point is to manipulate it in a way that I need to and show it on a canvas in a way that it sort of denotes and communicates my personal experience of a specific moment. I use a lot of my family in my artwork, and I use theories on love and theories on emotional attachment in social constructs that we have as human beings, and where the boundaries are between sort of like animalistic needs in socializing, and especially in familial structures, and where there's a whole human aspect to the stories that we share and tell, and sort of how those boundaries play around with each other. Where does the egocentrism lie in the way that we experience not just our lives, but other people's lives and how their lives connect to us?